Welcome back, Brave Frontier fans. What few of you still are. Ever wonder why we continue to put up with some of the things that Gummy and to a lesser extent Lem do? For example, their god-awful customer service. Or how, whenever they decide to do some sort of soft banning to try to catch people that are cheating, they inevitably hit everyone else but the cheaters. And if you think they're taking the cheaters out, clearly you haven't come across someone somewhere with some fear that there's no way they should have because they need to be level 999. And if they were that high level, they'd be making better choices. Seriously, if you play as bad as I do, you shouldn't have some of those fears. But this has actually been ongoing, and I think a lot of people forget that. For example, back in 2014, this is a forum post on the official forums. The Brave Frontier super moderator basically saying, look, a bunch of you are cheating. We're going to go ahead and let it slide as part of a one-time courtesy. They love that phrase, one-time courtesy. As a one-time courtesy, we're going to fix this mistake. As a one-time courtesy, we're going to look past this. Back in 2014, they were still having injection issues. Back in 2014, they were still dealing with hackers while managing to get everyone else but those hackers. In fairness, some of those hackers would just be like, oh, lost my account, and they go create another one. No big loss to them. But for the rest of us, it was a huge blow. And the fact that this was never met with an apology, but rather with a one-time courtesy, one-time courtesy. And this isn't the most recent time this has happened. Many of us are still kind of reeling from the New Year's Day soft bannings. And I use that term soft banning because a lot of individuals like to point out that many of those bans were later removed, all because people started getting strange units that they didn't know they had, strange fears they didn't know they had. Some individuals believe that hackers maliciously put those items there. Others believe that those items were put there because someone was sloppy with their code. They were trying to get them on one account instead it went on to some others. We don't know what's going on that end. What we do know is that Brave Frontier continues to deal poorly with this. This is a post on Reddit by Hikari. Hikari is a pretty well-known member of the Brave Frontier community. He does some pretty decent videos in regards to how to beat things. He is better at this game than I am. So clearly he cheats. It makes sense, actually. Higher subscription count, injected subscription count. I'm joking, by the way, but most of you don't seem to realize that when I shitpost, so my apologies. Anyways, he makes this pretty long post which basically says he was affected by the New Year's Day ban. When the ban was lifted, he still had items and units he shouldn't have had. He tried reaching out, saying, hey, what should I do with this? It took them forever to even get back to him. And when they finally had an answer, he basically was told, yeah, okay, go ahead and delete those. It's fine. And then they got him on having those items anyways, specifically having a sphere that he sold. He specifically points out that other members of his guild are having issues with it. He doesn't name any of them, but it doesn't really surprise me, to be honest. Hasn't affected me yet because for some reason Gummy doesn't want to ban stupid people. I don't know why. Kind of would be nice if it did happen to me though, because I'm kind of done with this game as it is. I'm kind of enjoying Guild Raid, but it's also a lot of energy and investment for what's basically little payout. Here's an example of the sort of content that Hikari puts out. Pretty nice, streamlined. This is not someone that we have any reason to believe would be cheating. This isn't an individual like Ushi who is given gems so that he can show off the game to people. This is an average individual, an average player who happens to be good at what he's done. He's put a lot of investment into it. And he's basically being told right now he can't get his account back. Now, will he get his account back? I imagine so. Do we necessarily need a campaign in the same line that Xenia got, where we do some sort of survey or petition in hopes he gets his account back? Probably not. It'd be fun. I'd probably sign it. Some shit poster, and I don't know who the hell this guy is, basically accuses him of cheating because he thinks it's funny or something. And boy, if he's not pissed off now that he's got a negative 16 to his karma, that he's gonna, oh, it's even lower. I'll just keep downvoting everyone because I hate you all. I mean, this person probably will. Some days I think I need to be better at public and internet speaking. Trying. I'm not going to go ahead and read this. I will link it. I do agree with the point he makes that holding the account holders accountable for the actions of others that are attempting to gain benefit is poor. We are already password protecting our stuff. We're using what's put in front of us, Facebook login or what have you. What else can we do? There is no sort of 2-point authentication. We're using exactly what's given to us. And some evidence suggests that even if we were using more authentication, it wouldn't matter because people are injecting stuff server side and bypassing some of that. So good job there, I suppose. It's also worth noting is that you rarely see this situation appear on the Japanese servers. Rarely, not never, but rarely, certainly not to this level. So maybe Alim should take a look at what Gummy's doing and offer some hands. Kind of strange considering that Gummy originally created Alim and Alim created Brave Frontier. In short, I'm not going to be spending any gems, not because I was going to anyways, but even if I were, this is a sign that the company really needs to get its stuff together. People talk about Brave Frontier 2 killing the game. I'd argue their god-awful customer service is. I remember once I was doing a gate summon and it malfunctioned and the gems were taken away from me. So I wrote them a little letter and it was pretty polite telling them that where's my gems or my unit? And their response was, well, it's all working as intended. So I wrote them back saying, no, it's not. As a one-time courtesy. I think that as a one-time courtesy, Brave Frontier Global should get its shit together.